That was pretty boring and too long. It was not his fault after all. I don't know how many of you noticed that Olivannan is a great writer. So I the one who wrote that biodata. I should have sent him an edited one. Anyway, nevertheless, sometimes it helps us to segregate that necessary dopamine to address the meeting, especially when it costs 9 o'clock. I know the stewards are ready there. They're only looking at me. Newly installed president and his president Srivasan, Dr. Srivasan, and his gracious spouse, Dr. Padmashri. I think you'll get good support from your spouse because I've been watching her taking video of your talk completely. It's not so easy to keep your hand like that, and but also I wanted to caution you that you are under scanner by your wife. So watch out. Then not acting, he is the interim president, Prem Raja. Of course, he acted so well as a president and performed very well. I'm very happy to meet him here because his sister Vasanti, happened to be my friend's wife, Joseph. Joseph and I served together in the year 2010-11, and we traveled. The families we traveled all over at that time. Of course, what all I wanted to say, very beautifully said. I think this has got some kind of wish list podium. So that's why people come and say you will be future so and so, future so and so. I have only one wish looking at Vinodini. My son also completed his next attempt, who missed by 2 marks this time. If it is fulfill all the wishes, let that also get listed here. Secretary Shankar Narayanan and outgoing Secretary Karan Parekh, the man who was responsible for me for being here. If at all you wanted to curse somebody after my speech is over, it has to be past President Guna. He's punished me this afternoon with a very sumptuous lunch. And with that lunch, to prepare my speech was a very difficult task. But luckily, today the AG spoke some very good points actually. After a long time, I'm seeing an assistant governor talking about foundation and other things. Probably, as she said, it's her home club. Amma vittu kondale, the women get that extra boost. No, this club sponsored Eve's clubs, right? That's how, yes. They are very sure that you are not part of them. In this world of information, in this world of artificial intelligence sweeping like tsunami everywhere, I'm only reminded of what T.S. Eliot has said. Where is the life we have lost in living? Where is the wisdom we lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? In a situation like that, when so many things are pouring into us, we probably miss that finer aspects of our life. Rabindranath Tagore very beautifully said in Gitanjali, the noble poet, by stringing and unstringing the instrument, stringing and unstringing, Surdi Serra Iliane, by stringing and unstringing the instrument, often we forget to sing the song about to do. This world, we have all come with a purpose, right? Every species has got a purpose. Every species has got a purpose to survive and also give an offspring. But we are a different species. We whatever you criticize us, but yet we are the most powerful species, right? 200,000 years back, there are a few other species along with us. We are not alone, Homo sapiens, but completely they were eradicated. And where we were in the food chain, some 7 or 8 levels below, were able to come to the world today and sitting at the top. And with so many things around us, we know what is good for us. But we should also, in the process, should not forget, as Rabindranath Tagore said, that aspect of humanity is what is very, very important. Why on a Sunday evening, 30 years, 40 years back, when people like us joined Rotary, we didn't have very many opportunities. Maybe people in Pondicherry will go to the beach and meet people. We go to Pondi beach in the evening, you will meet everybody. All that you wanted to do for the next day can be accomplished even on the weekend. But today, with as I said, with the technological advancements and developments, I don't need to go to a Rotary Club to make friends. That's why, if you see, in many advanced countries, Rotary is taking back step. But here it is still very vibrant because we have so many things to accomplish to the community. The Rotary Foundation, about which you said, the Rotary Foundation, one of the greatest beneficiary of the Rotary Foundation is this country. We all know how the Rotary contributed to the eradication of polio program in this country. It's not only that we support people of other continents, but basically it comes back to us in different forms. As I was discussing with Dr. They said about Talirgal, that project, treating or doing surgeries for babies. The project was funded by Rotary Foundation. So Rotary is a finest organization. I time and again I used to think whether I wasted so much of my time, as others say, in non-Rotary members. But sometimes we used to contemplate. Situations are not always same, right? The weather cannot be same. It will be boring. You get 4 seasons. Like that, in any society, everywhere you will see different things come. It can't be same. I can't say in my great-grandfather times things were like that, my father times same, my time is same. I can't, because the environment is changing and perceptions are changing. I may not be in line with the current perceptions of the youngsters. That doesn't mean that they are wrong. That's how we accept. Rotary is a fine organization. There's today one new member, Karthik, has joined. Welcome you, Karthik, and your spouse also. I was telling him your spouse seems to be, even before you got accustomed to the members, this seems to be more popular with the ladies. She was very ready to accept embrace the members of this club, because after all, we are all social animals. We need that. That's why we need Rotary. I can't just be with my family and accomplish all my social needs. Rotary helps me to make me a better person than what I am. If you don't like my speech also, you will quietly sit and say it's very good. That is the beauty of this organization. Isn't it? Then over the period of time, we have been cultivated like that. The other day, one of my friend's daughter asked me, like, Uncle, when would you guys would talk something, in reality, in real sense? Yeah, man. People appreciate it, people compliment. So we do also criticize, but we don't criticize. We only suggest them how to go about and improving things. When I was, was in the beginning, my beginning days in my club, I've shared that with many. Way back in '94, when my president asked me, "Hey, you are the one who is going to propose vote of thanks," I wanted to tell him that, please, if you're going to ask me to do all those things, you won't see me in Rotary. Because from my childhood, I was always very shy going to the stage. I can't speak. I failed miserably when I was a school boy. The Rotary president said, "Hey, Nida, then I told him, I wanted to convey to him that I won't, but this man cleverly never ever looked at my eyes. And the time came when they said, Oli is going to propose vote of thanks. I walked in here and I couldn't even say a few words properly. The mind so corrupt. When I was seated there, I should have written it at least. It was thinking, why not the meeting get cancelled for some reasons. Even the speaker, something like that was thinking. Not I prepared. When I came here to speak, fumbling, my grammar and my tense all gone for 6. And I wondered why people kept this big podiums. Have you ever asked this question? They only help you to hide your dancing legs and hips when you are out of fear. I managed, thanked him, thanked them, thanked everybody. It was sweating. Then I went back and took my seat. One of the past president who was sitting next to me said, "Hey, எல்லாருக்கும் thank பண்ணிய the chief guest வந்திருக்கான அவனுக்கு ஏன்டா thank பண்ணுங்க." That was a moment I thought I should quit Rotary. எங்கேயாவது போய் லைன்ஸ் போயிடலாமான்னு நினைச்சேன். You know what happened? Dr. Srivasan, we don't address by Dr. Mr. in Rotary. No sir also. Srivatsa, Guna, Oli, that's how we address. நிறைய பேர் இப்போ இன்னைக்கு வந்து சார், கவர்னர் சார், அசிஸ்டன்ட் கவர்னர் மேடம், not necessary. Address by name. Titles are all come and go. Your name stays. You know what that president did, Srivasan? He came to me and said, tapped on my back and said, "Hey, spoke very well, man, thank you." I came and told my wife, President will not know. I really was spoiled that evening, but he appreciated that. Nalini told me, my wife, society. It took 5 years or 6th year when I became a president of my club. I understood that my president that day was not simply flattering, simply not appreciating. He invested something in me. That investment is important. When he said, "You spoke very well," that was an investment for the future. Never think that an appreciation should be given only when somebody accomplishes exceptionally well. That it's wrong. When somebody is really struggling, that is the time you should say, "Hey, you did well." Then that will be a kind of impetus for them to go forth and improve themselves. Today, I'm here talking to Rotarians of one of the best clubs in the country, I would say. Nothing wrong in saying. Very few clubs we see which have the systems. I will tell you, I've been, hundreds and hundreds of clubs. I've gone as a chief guest, for the installation or something or other. I can tell you, vouch, if you see the functionality of all the best clubs everywhere, anywhere, any part of the world, they have something in common. Enna common adu? Is it the place at which they meet? Is it the way they dress? Not at all. But the pilla padichirukla Vinodini, if you see all of them who have passed cleared abdina, there will be some pattern. If you see all the students who never fear it about any examinations and clear it very well, they will have a pattern. Enna seiva ava? 6 o'clock morning or half an hour, what is that they're going to teach in this school? The student papa. Class will be very attentive, taking notes. Come back home, he will once again write whatever it has been taught, complete his work, then he will go and do something else, play, everything. But he will be doing that every day, every week, every month, year after year. Such students will never worried about any exams for that matter. அதே மாதிரி தான் I've seen the clubs of this teacher. Men may come and men may go, like as Tennyson said. This is not something, new. Here this club is not on any individuals. It is brick by brick, it was constructed. People will come this year as Srivasan, next year somebody would come, some next year. This will go on and on. The leaders may change, but not the leadership. That's where these clubs today, the sub-clubs of this kind, this is what I'm saying. This is very important. Why I'm stressing on that is every individual member has got a stakeholder. Nobody is king, madam, please don't mistake. He is probably first among the equals. Nobody is king, nobody is emperor, nobody is anything. Everybody is a Rotarian. This year he gets an opportunity to serve. When we four of us drive from Pondicherry we drive to Bangalore, I'll tell Guna, you drive for some time. Then after sometimes Guna will say, Srivasan, you drive. After sometimes Srivasan will say, Oli, you drive. We keep changing. That's it. I cannot say that I was the one who brought the club, brought the car, and I was the one who took all of them to Bangalore. No. We only do that year given responsibility. Who are the real kings? If you want to still stick on to that word, it is the member who is the king. The individual member. Then again the question, who is that individual member? A member with a stature of 20 years, 30 years? Or a member, a senior past president? Or a past district governor? Who is great? None of them is great. Only a new member who is coming into the club, he is the real leader. Because why this organization survived? So last century, we have seen very many big organizations gone. The United USSR, people will remember in those days, when you open any atlas, you will see from left to right, ellame kaanama pochu. The British who claimed that the sun never sets in our kingdom, they've gone into ashes. Today a small island. But this organization survived. The only reason is every year they allowed a change in leadership. Then more than anything, infusion of new blood and new ideas. I'll just tell one or two examples and wind up because I don't want to hold you too long. Why an individual is important? See, many times, many clubs, they do a mistake. Hey, நீ புதுசு உனக்கு ஒன்றும் தெரியாது கொஞ்ச நாள் பாரு நான் யார் தெரியுமா அப்படின்னு that attitude doesn't allow them to come with the ideas. If it's a good club, we'll always listen to that. That's how in one of those clubs in United States of America, in Phoenix, Arizona, this was in the year 1955 when polio vaccine was found by Dr. Jonas Salk. This is a different vaccine than what later Alberts have been found out. But that vaccine was used by that Rotary Club. Somebody thought, a polio vaccine has come, why not we try? Somebody in the club said, maybe like a doctor like you would have suggested. That was tried and proved to be very successful in the United States of America. Then they adopted that and followed. But what came very interesting was subsequently, because that vaccine could not be used by everybody. But subsequently, when Albert Sabin has found out that oral polio vaccine, one club in Manila, the club in Manila, Philippines, they tried and when it was successful, when Rotary wanted to celebrate that 75th year, they called for global projects to take up one first program, 3H program. How many of you heard about 3H program? Rotary Foundation, she beautifully narrated here, but Rotary Foundation is not about giving to foundation. We should tell them what kind of good work foundation has done, then people will automatically take their purse and give. The district that applied for polio immunization, they won the award of that first 3H. Then Rotary thought, why not we take up that as a global project? Because when that was tried in the Philippines, Of course, they had initially a lot of problems with that president of Philippines that time, Marcos. You might have heard Malta, Marcos, நிறைய பேர் தெரியும். முதல்ல lady with thousands of slippers and handbags and dresses. பார்த்தோம், we all witnessed. So that man was so critical about US press because they humiliated his spouse. So he said, no, nothing. But with great difficulty, Rotary International President convinced and told him that we have nothing to do with the press of US because it's totally independent body. Then he was convinced. Then 3 years time, the entire Philippines was immunized and made polio free. That gave Rotary a strength. Why not? A lot of people will ask. Many doctors, government doctors, நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க Rotary? What is that you have done? You simply wear one jacket and come there and look like a clown and take a picture and go. People should know the history. China protested. We will manufacture our own vaccine. They failed, but Rotary convinced because China is closer to India. We can't allow China to have so many cases and get eradicated from India. You could go on, so many. But finally, when Rotary took up that program globally, the polio was eradicated. Our contribution was enormous. But what I'm trying to say is the idea was germinated in somebody's mind. ஒருத்தனோட individual mind. She talked about Stephanie's water incident. There was a boy 6-year-old. Rayal, his name is Reljak. அவன் வந்து கேம்பவில் இருக்கிற ஆன்டோரியா கனடாவில். Just 6-year-old boy. When the teacher was teaching in his class said, the people in Africa, they die because they are not getting good, clean water. The boy was so shocked. How could people will die of want of water? Then he thought, I should do something about it. Let me do something. He started collecting funds for constructing a well in Uganda. He fairly estimated it would cost about $80. So he started collecting uncle. Then he started doing a lot of house chores and collected money. When he collected $80, he realized that he can't do anything with that $80. It required $2,000 at the time. Then people were so sympathetic and started helping him out. Then he collected $2,000. The first well was dug in the year 2003. Since then, in the last 2023, more than 500 wells across 16 countries were dug and water with millions of people used it. So the ideas, understand, always comes from individual minds. You ask past district governor Olivannan, give some ideas. I may not give. Burnt out, exhausted, old version, பழைய computer, 80-90 computer. That even that floppy what we used those days can't even. Today has become showpiece. But today things have changed. We need to accept. Who can help us? Only the new people. They are the real true leaders. And I'm so glad that this club is continuously engaging members. Member engagement is very, very important. I saw the very well presented secretary report by the outgone secretary Karan Parekh. There are so many things said about. I don't see anything else. I saw in every photograph a lot of Rotarians were there. That shows the commitment. And today also I see the vibrant women pulling each other's legs. That's how Rotary understand that Rotary need not be very, very serious. எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் வந்து ஒரு சீரியஸான ஃபேஸ் வச்சுட்டு அப்படி இல்லை. We may be doing serious work to the society, but we need not be serious. And the humor, humor is the perfect lubrication for all our activities. அது இல்லைன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், it will be boring. அது பாருங்க, கரெக்டாக யாரோ சொன்னாங்க எனக்கு முன்னாலே. அவங்க போரிங் சொன்னது எதை சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு தெரியாது. கோயம்புத்தூரில் ஒரு செமினாருக்கு, கோயம்புத்தூரில் இந்த மாதிரி தான் ஒரு செமினார் பேசிகிட்டே இருக்கேன், சரியாகவே இல்லை. ஆடியோ இஸ் அ பிக் ப்ராப்ளம். தென் the fellow came and corrected it. Somebody asked, what happened sir? அப்படின்னா ஃபஸ்ட் வந்து ஸ்பீக்கர் லூஸு சார் அப்படின்ட்டா. நான் அவனை திரும்ப கூப்பிட்டேன், ஸ்பீக்கர் யூ மீன் தட் ஸ்பீக்கர் ஆர் திஸ் ஸ்பீக்கர்? அது மாதிரி மேடம் போரிங்கிறது வந்து ஐ கேன் டேக் இட். ஐ ஜஸ்ட் end with that, on a very lighter note, never procrastinate. Never procrastinate. Lifeல வந்து we don't know, because life is unpredictable. If somebody says yes, we will have a better birth next அப்படின்னா, I always tell you first go and see and demonstrate, then I will follow. So far nobody has proved. So there is, life is short, we don't know. நேற்று நல்லா இருந்தாருப்பா, காலையில் நல்லா இருந்தார் அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அப்படி இருக்க the short span of life, there are at least 8 or 9 items there on the buffet. You are not going to eat all the 9. You are going to pick up only what is interesting, what tastes to you, what suits your health. Similarly, life offers so many things, but select the best which always fits into you very well. Procrastinate பண்ணிடாதீங்க, ரொம்ப வருத்தப்படுவீங்க. ஒரு அலுமினை மீட் நடந்தது, இல்லை ரீயூனியன், எத்தனை வருஷம், 40 years கழிச்சு. நீங்கள் உடனே இந்த 96 மூவி மாதிரி நினச்சிடாதீங்க. இதெல்லாம் வயசானக்கும் இப்போல்லாம் கை தடியெலாம் வச்சுக்கிட்டு ஆல் ஆஃப் தெம் கேம். ஏய் நீ குணா தானே, என்னடா இப்படி வயசாகிடுச்சு, ஏய் நீ மட்டும் நான் வயசு, அந்த மாதிரி. அதில் வந்து ஒருத்தர் வந்து யாரை பார்க்கக்கூடாதோ பார்த்துட்டார், ஒன் லேடி. என்னன்னா, டூரிங் his college times he wanted to propose to her. For some reason he couldn't. His hesitation killed him. அப்புறம் மெதுவாக அப்புறம் அவரோட லைஃப் போச்சு. அப்புறம் அவர் ஒய்ஃபெல்லாம் போய் அவர் தனியாக தான் இருக்கிறார். போயிட்ட போய் மெதுவாக பேச, நீ தேவகி தானே, ஆமாம் நீங்கள் தான், நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? அப்புறம் வாட் ஹேப்பன், ஹவ் இஸ் யுவர் ஃபேமிலி? ஐ நெவர் மேரிட் அப்படின்னு அவர் சொல்கிறான். இவர் கேட்டவொடனே வந்து ஸ்டன் ஆகிட்டார். உடனே நினச்சார், நமக்கும் பார்த்தியா, நம்மளும் தனியாக தான் இருக்கோம், திஸ் இஸ் த டைம் ஐ ஷுட் ப்ரப்போஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, would you like to marry me அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாரு. அஃப்கோர்ஸ், இதை நீ அன்றைக்கே கேட்பேன்னு நினச்சினடா, ஐ எம் தேர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. இவருக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். எல்லாம் முடிச்சு ஒரு ரூம் போயிட்டார். போயிட்டு என்ன பண்ணார், அன்றைக்கி வந்து உற்சாகத்தில் ஒரு 2 பெக்கு வர கூட போட்டார். ஸோ he couldn't sleep well also because of out of so much of interest. Morning ஒரு 5:30 அவர் when he woke up, suddenly he got a doubt. What did she say? When I said, shall we marry, what did she say? அப்படின்னு he got a doubt. No, I don't think so, she said, because her body language was contemplating. Okay, let me get clarified. அப்படின்னு மார்னிங் ஒரு 7 o'clock 7:30 அவர் அங்கே பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் டேபிளில் பார்த்தார். Then he looked at her and said, I want to ask you something. You remember last night I asked something? She looked at him. நீ என்னை கல்யாணம் பண்ணிப்பேன்னு கேட்டேனே, அதுக்கு what did you answer அப்படின்னா. I said yes. அப்பா அப்படின்னு அவர் சொன்ன உடனே she said, அப்பா அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, I was wondering who proposed to me last night. அதனால் ரொம்ப வயசாகிட்டாலும் ப்ரப்போஸ் பண்ணி வேஸ்ட்டாக போயிடும். அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் வாட் ஆல் யூ வாண்ட் டு பிளான் அண்ட் டூ இட் நவ் இன் த மந்த் ஆஃப் ஜூலை, ஆகஸ்ட், செப்டம்பர், அக்டோபர். பை தென் இட் வில் வேனிஷ். And we have got very many things to accomplish. And let me end with the very famous words of Robert Frost. Woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Thank you very much.